Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live here from the Ohio Expo Center, where we are going to see the Columbus St. Francis DeSales Stallions, currently 18-7, take on the Louisville Leopards, currently 20-5, in the Region 11 regional semifinals. Mike, it's a pleasure to be here today. We got two great teams about to duke it out, but you want to lay them with the basics?
Well, it's the next phase of the tournament, the next phase of the tournament journey. Louisville successfully getting out of their one sectional round game, their two district games, and Louisville has been really impressive so far. I mean, we expected them to have a decisive victory over Akron North. They did. We expected them to have a decisive victory over Cuyahoga Falls. They did. We thought maybe going into a game against Northwest that they'd have to work a little more to be able to get past an 18-win Northwest team. But 4 minutes into the game, it's Louisville 20, Northwest 0. Game over. So Louisville, very impressive so far. Tom Siegfried has said this group of seniors, as laser focused as they are, if they come out and play the way they're capable, they can beat anybody.
Yes, Mike, and this Louisville team obviously led Bo Siegfried, Braden Gross. I mean, Bo Siegfried through 20 games was averaging about 13.9 points per game. Currently leading the team in assists, steals per games. Ashland commit. I mean, this kid just broke the career three-pointers made record for Louisville. So, I mean, Bo Siegfried's electric on the court. Braden Gross, 1,000-point scorer for Louisville. This kid is able to do it inside the paint. He's a rebound getter, and no matter what's going to happen, Braden Gross, Bo Siegfried are going to be your two big options for Louisville today. For Columbus DeSales, it's going to be primarily Leandre Marshall-Neal, who's going to be your big guy, currently averaging about 17.9 points per game. Dylan C. also putting on about 8.5. Davin Amankwa currently with about 6.8. I mean, DeSales are really able to get things going, moving inside and out. But before the game, I did have a chance to talk with Louisville head coach Tom Siegfried about his team's chances in tonight's contest. So we're going to kick it over to past Aiden before we get rolling with the Brueck's breakdown, and then we'll take you live into the game. It's about a minute and 39 seconds to tip off here at the Ohio Expo Center, so let's get it rolling, Mike. Regional semis, okay? Division III, pretty big deal. You're trying to make it a lot farther than you did last year. What is the thought process and practices and kind of mental that you guys are trying to take on, especially this late in the game?
Yeah, we just keep going under the mantra of, 3 out of 7, 4 out of 7, and we just talked a little bit in the locker room about, this is just number 4 or 7, and don't make it bigger than it is. It's a regional semi. It's obviously what's necessary to get to the regional final, which would be the next step, and, just trying to keep things very light, trying to keep things very basic as we move forward.
Yeah, so this Bo Siegfried, Braden Gross-led team has been nothing short of one of the best Louisville teams that we've seen in a hot minute. Okay, this is the year to do it. Obviously, we talked about that extensively, but let's talk about the people who aren't, getting as much as the attention. Okay, Ashton Marshall is a very big anchor on defense. He's able to get boards and grabbing at least 3.5 a game. Tate Aljancic's able to, fire away if he gets hot. And then you got Devin Bailey, you got Caden Loy, you got all these guys in your rotation that are all able to do it inside and outside the paint. So what have you guys been trying to do to make sure you're able to distribute the ball more evenly so that everybody is able to get those equal opportunities to score every night?
Yeah, so we just talk a lot about trust and the trusting your teammates on the floor. You have Devin, you have obviously Avery and Draychick as outside threats. You have Ashton that kind of does a little bit inside-outside. You obviously have Colton Loy, as you brought up, and then Tate Aljancic's had a tremendous year, about 13 and 6, this year as well. So having that many options, I think it really makes the opposing team struggle with who to take away, and lets you have more options than just having to rely on 1 or 2 or 3 guys each and every night.
Yeah, the St. Francis DeSales team is not one to just be overlooked as well. I mean, obviously you get into the regional semifinals, everything is unseeded, okay? It's not best versus worst seed. It's not the time that you get to, get a pancake, okay? The sales team is probably one of the best in Division III if you actually take a look at the wide range of the Sweet 16 this year. So in doing so inside the bracket, what are you guys trying to manipulate try to extort from this team and try to make them perform their weaknesses to your guys' strengths?
Yeah, just, we know that they roll all through P.J. Knowles. He's their best player. He's going to be a college basketball player, so we're going to try to do the best we can on him. He's going to get his points, but we want to make sure that we make it as hard as possible. And then they have a lot of interesting parts of their team. They have some really good athletes, drivers. They have a couple good shooters. And, really, we're just trying to take one game at a time. And, Columbus DeSales is a very good team. You don't win 18, 19 games on accident, and obviously playing a very good conference and a very good area for basketball. So we know what they can do. They're very well coached. And we just, we told the kids that this is what a regional feels like. And we expect to play these kind of games when we get to a regional semi.
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, you guys got here yesterday for the trip. Obviously, it's about 2 hours to get here. What do you think the travel and the bonding really lends you guys?
The biggest thing is I think we've just done this so much this year with our trips to Kettering and Columbus and obviously California and John Carroll. We've been so many places that our kids are really used to this whole idea of travel and staying in hotels. So it allowed us to get a good night's sleep, have good breakfast today, had a good meal last night, and just kind of get the guys together, especially the seniors together, and really kind of hit home on the things that matter, which is our chemistry.
All right, so then what would be your X factors for tonight?
I think it's just going to be all the 50-50 balls. We just talk a lot in every game really about getting those loose balls, offensive rebounds, second opportunities. You're going to have slump shooting, so is the other team, but really just comes down to getting those extra possessions and outworking the other team.
Okay, so with that being said, what's your outlook for the game? What do you expect? What do you want to happen?
They're going to mix up the defenses a lot against us, so we have to adjust to that. We have to communicate on what we're in, and then we just have to do a really good job of just staying within ourselves, handling any type of runs they might have, and then kicking back at them. And when we do get that lead, we got to really do a good job of kind of expanding that lead.
All right, thank you so much. Good
luck.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yep. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live here from the Ohio Expo Center at Taft Coliseum. Mike and I are very happy to be here today for the Louisville Leopards taking on Columbus DeSales in a Region 11 regional semifinal. Mike, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good one. Columbus DeSales, a rich history in a lot of sports, basketball, football. Louisville trying to take that extra step past regionals for the first time. 1993 was their first regional appearance. 2022 was their last regional appearance. They lost to another one of the great Akron St. Vincent St. Mary teams in the regional finals that year. But this is a team that has high expectations, hoping to get through tonight, get through Saturday, and get to the state Final Four.
All right, Mike, let's take it over to Brueck's breakdown. Here's everything you'll need to know before the game, courtesy of myself, Aiden Brueck. Okay, we're going to gear up for this matchup between DeSales and Louisville. Both teams coming into this game with distinct strengths, potential vulnerabilities. DeSales currently bringing a disciplined defensive unit with a structured half-court offense. You take a look at a lot of their games. Most of the games that they're playing are either 70 points or 50. So there's really no in between. All of these guys are playing in, different situations with different times. Everybody's going to be able to come at any given moment. So with that being said, Mike, DeSales' ability to control the paint, dominating the glass is going to be key for them tonight. Winning the rebounding battle is going to dictate how much control they maintain over the tempo. And we heard Tom Siegfried saying that earlier. The 50-50 balls are going to be the most important the most important plays that everybody is going to need to capitalize on for both, respectively, these Louisville and DeSales squads. Okay, DeSales prides itself on structured defensive sets underneath Pat Murphy. They have to limit transition opportunities by getting back on defense and forcing Louisville into their attack on defense, okay? Louisville thrives in fast-paced environments, and that's going to be exactly what they go for tonight. Devin Bailey was questionable for today after a technical foul and after getting thrown out in their last game against Northwest, but he is indeed going to be playing today. There is really no discrepancies for DeSales, I mean, for me, I think everything is practically the same that I've seen all season. It's been really great seeing these guys play. PJ Knowles is going to be the big guy for DeSales this year. So we're about, 20 seconds to tip off. So let's get it rolling. Ready?
Well, as you go deep into the tournament, from a Louisville perspective, we've always seen great things out of Bo Siegfried every game. Always seen great things out of Braden Gross every game. And what's going to be the key for them is who's going to be that third guy that's going to complement those two. We saw Tate Aljancic do that last game. Let's see what happens tonight.
Frankie McAllister is going to win the tip-off for DeSales. David Amonkwa takes it down the court for him. He's guarded by Bailey. He looks to go to his left. Goes inside with Carter Ward. Carter Ward looks to post up over Siegfried. He's got to get the ball out before it's out, and he's going to turn the ball over. Great D from Bo Siegfried. Gets the turnover battle going early with Louisville getting possession to start.
As we talked about, Louisville controlling the games from the start here in the tournament. Up 20-0 against Northwest. Let's see if they can get off to a fast start today.
Braden Gross has it inside. He'll kick it over to Aljancic. Aljancic looking to body through PJ Knowles. He'll pass it out. He's got Marshall. Marshall fakes the three, driving inside over to Siegfried in the corner. Siegfried drives inside back to Marshall, who tries to go underneath to Braden Gross, but it is intercepted by PJ Knowles. Knowles taking it down the court now for DeSales. The Stallions currently 0-0 now with Louisville. Knowles goes behind his back over to Chase Cromwell. Cromwell at the key, gives it back to Knowles. Knowles over to the corner. Cromwell takes a contested three. It's an air ball. Taken back up, and that is a putback by Frankie McAllister, but it's no good as Louisville takes it down the court once more. Louisville sporting their all leopard blue uniforms today. DeSales in white, the home team. Devin Bailey at the timeline takes it back over to Tate Aljancic, who kicks it over to Siegfried now on the left wing. Siegfried takes it through. He's got a floater at the foul stripe. He's no good, but he will get fouled. He'll head to the stripe. And they've got two now coming up to try and put the first points on the game for either of these teams. 6 minutes, 39 seconds left in the first.
Well, we talked about Devin Bailey being questionable coming in. A situation at the end of the third quarter of the Northwest game, Bo Siegfried taken down hard. Devin Bailey whistled for two free throws, or whistled for two technicals as Bo Siegfried makes his first free throw. But those were rescinded because, he was coming off the bench at the end of a quarter. So shouldn't have been really punished for that. Siegfried makes the second free throw, give Louisville 2-0.
Louisville 2, DeSales 0. 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go now in the first. Amonkwa tries to fire inside to Frankie McAllister, and McAllister can't take control. Aljancic takes it down, the backpedal by Chase Cromwell. Aljancic trying to get on somebody. He wants a bucket. He's going to delay a little bit, trying to play outside. Braden Gross decides to drive in himself. Notches out the back. Tate Aljancic with the putback. Louisville's got a 4-0 lead with 6 minutes to go. 2 minutes down in the first. Amonkwa takes it through. He's got a lane, puts it up, blocked by Gross. Gross is the last person to touch it before it goes out of bounds. DeSales will maintain possession, but Amonkwa a little shocked with that shot.
Well, Gross with a few inches on Amonkwa and going one-on-one gets the easy block.
The inbound initially goes over the head of McAllister. McAllister is able to take it back in. Amonkwa has it on the right wing. Guarded by Marshall, he'll stay up. Knowles from the key, drives back. Step back from Cromwell after the pass. He'll go back to the corner to Knowles, and Knowles tries to body through. Tries to fire inside to McAllister, but Marshall able to get in there. Marshall drives inside, draws the foul. He'll head to the stripe, looking to put this back up within at least 2 scores.
Well, they always say, and no matter what sport, defense wins championships. And Louisville's defense coming up big here in the early moments of this game, forcing a couple of turnovers, helps them get out to a 4-0 lead. Ashton Marshall will go to the free throw line now to shoot 2, and his first one is no good.
His first one is no good, but he is shooting about 52% from the line, so we'll see if he can split the pair here to make up for his season average. He'll lob it up. He's got about 5 minutes, 31 seconds left to go. Marshall, no good. Gross is able to grab it right back, but instead, foul on the other side. Taking it in is Carter Ward, and Ward has it in. He's averaging about 6.3 points per game, gets his first 2. Louisville 4. DeSales 2. Siegfried wants a bucket. He loses it. Taken over by McAllister. McAllister currently with about 8.6 points per game, 5.7 rebounds. This guy is a unit underneath the basket. Knowles swings back, steps back behind the NBA 3. Takes one over to the corner. It's Ward. Ward spins around Siegfried, puts one up, over, and no good, but he'll head to the stripe. Siegfried draws his first of the game. 4 minutes, 49 to go here in the first.
Louisville just like that, in danger of getting this game tied, as Ward will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. A couple of empty possessions down on the other end of the court for Louisville, giving this opportunity for DeSales. Ward misses his first free throw.
Apologies for the technical difficulties there. We are back now.
And Ward makes a second.
We are running off of a mobile hotspot here in the Ohio Expo Center, so apologies if we are dropping frames and losing coverage. Aljancic over to the left. He'll take it to Gross. Gross drives through. He's put one up, and he hasn't got one, but he'll take one to the stripe now.
Foul on DeSales that'll go against Chase Carmel, his first. Braden Gross will go to the free throw line, shooting 2. Looking for his first points of the night. Gross averaging just over 17 points a game. And his first shot is up and in. Gross coming off a 13-point game against Northwest in Saturday's district championship game. Second shot is up and off the back of the rim, no good.
Down the count now for DeSales is Ward. He'll take one outside and Knowles on a quick bounce pass. Marshall could have intercepted it, but he doesn't. Knowles now on the right. Takes one through his legs, guarded by Marshall and Siegfried. They double him, but that leaves a lane for Ward in the corner. Hits it over to Cromwell. Cromwell spins around, puts it back over to Marshall Neal, now on the right wing. Turnover now by DeSales. Siegfried takes it in. He's putting one up, and he's got one in. Reversed up off the backboard. He's got another.
Well, Louisville's defense producing points for its offense so far in the early going.
Three faked by Cromwell. He'll go in. He almost loses it. Picks it up, but no trouble called. Gross is able to get his hands up, and it's blocked. Siegfried takes it over to his left. Gross has 2 blocks on the night. Siegfried almost loses it on the right wing. Goes behind his back, spins around on Marshall Neal. He'll put one up on a quick floater. No foul is called. And it's rebounded by Ward. Ward taking it down the court for DeSales. Tries to find a lane inside from Bailey. Foul's called on Gross.
Yeah, they're going to get that foul on Devin Bailey. It'll be his first foul. Carter Ward going to the free throw line for DeSales. Has all 3 of their points thus far tonight. Field goal, 1 of 2 at the line. First shot is up and in.
Sorry for not mentioning the score sooner enough. It's Louisville 7, DeSales 4 now after that foul shot from Ward.
Ward averaging just over 8 points a game for DeSales. 6'1" senior forward. And his second shot off the back of the rim, no good.
Siegfried's got it down the timeline. He'll take it through his legs over to the right. Guarded by Leandre Marshall-Neal. He'll take one through. Tries to go inside to Marshall. Marshall, nice! Pretty reverse layup goes in. 3:01 left to go here in the first. It's Louisville 9, DeSales 4. Marshall-Neal kicks it over to Ward now on the left side. Hit over to McAllister now at the key, and he'll get it back to Marshall-Neal, who dribbles one inside, fires one. No shot. Holding called on Aljancic, it looks like. Excuse me, that holding call is actually going to be on Ashton Marshall. Apologies. 2:47 to go here in the first.
Yeah, first
Louisville.
foul on Marshall.
Excuse me, sorry. Louisville 9, DeSales 4.
Braden Gross got a quick rest for Louisville. He comes back into the game. Avery Andrechik also into the game for the Leopards.
Trying to find the lane is McAllister. He won't grab it. Taking it down the court is Siegfried. He's going up for a quick one. Can't get it. Gets a little too greedy, and that's going to be Colton Loy on the substitution in for Marshall. Down the floor for DeSales, it is P.J. Knowles. Knowles on the right wing. He'll take one over. Heat check. He's got it. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go now in the first. Louisville 9, DeSales 7. Gross, double teamed behind the stripe. He gets it down the court. Gross goes to his left on the left wing. Has Aljancic in the corner, has to get somebody out. It's over to Loy. Andrechik now on the right side. He'll hand it back to Aljancic, who goes inside to Gross. Gross, he's got about 6 feet between him and the rim. He'll dribble through. Kicks one back out over to Loy, back to Siegfried. Siegfried drives through, puts one a floater. It's no good. Gets his own board after the tip from Gross, and Andrechik has a three from the key. No good. Andrechik gets his own board after the bounce from the back of the rim. Taken over to Gross on the right corner. Minute and 36 to go. Siegfried's got it on the left wing now. He'll take it to the key, who hands it over to Aljancic now on the right side. Aljancic steps through on Grant Weekly and tries to fire one inside. Fakes one, gets it inside, but won't go. The 50-50 ball goes in favor of DeSales. The Stallions take it down the court now with a minute and 14 seconds to go. P.J. Knowles turns it over. It looks like Andrechik got his hands on it after it was taken out by, Frank McAllister. Loy's got it on the right wing over to Siegfried. Siegfried cuts under on Knowles. Is he speedy enough? No, he isn't. But Andrechik, he's got another three. Not an air ball necessarily, but the ball is going to go in the hands of the Stallions. Aljancic comes out for his first time out of the game. 50.7 seconds to go. Louisville 9, DeSales 7.
Both teams really kind of experiencing a drought here in the latter stages of the first quarter. 49 seconds left. Sales trying to go into the second quarter even or with the lead.
On the left side, it is Chase Cromwell. He'll get one inside, and C.J. Carter touches the glass on his way down. 29 seconds left to go here in the first. 9's the magic number. It's Louisville 9. DeSales 9. And Gross taking it down the court. This triangle offense played by DeSales is locking Louisville down, slowing down their momentum, and Loy has it now at the stripe. Over on the right wing, it's Marshall. He'll take one around, gives it to Loy at the key. Bailey over on the left side. Gross drives in, takes one inside, and gets his foul. He'll go to the stripe with 1.6 seconds to go. Louisville 9, DeSales 9. Left here after one.
Yeah, DeSales, as you said, really making it tough on Louisville, slowed him down with that triangle defense. And then when you see Gross get the ball in the plate, sometimes double team, triple team, they scout him well as Gross's first free throw is good. Second point of the night for Braden Gross.
Gross about 64% from the stripe this season. So let's see if he's got this one.
Makes it a 10-9 Louisville lead. Second shot is also good.
11-9, Louisville leading with a minute or 1.6 seconds to go. The shot from P.J. Knowles is no good. And after one, Louisville 11, DeSales 9. Mike, I got to ask you the looming question. Who's hot?
Well, maybe you should say both defenses are hot because they've really done a good job of slowing the other opponents down. Kind of a struggle for both offenses. Carter Ward with 4 points for DeSales, and just Braden Gross 2 points or 3 points for Louisville. Bo Siegfried with 2 points. So not the start that Louisville has had in their 3 postseason games. At this time, Saturday, they were up 20-4 on Northwest, only up 11-9. Let's see what this Louisville team does, in a tight game. Their first, maybe possibly their first tight tournament game of the postseason. But they're a senior-laden ball club, so that should not faze them that much.
And this is going to be a tough ball game for Louisville. I mean, they've got 24 minutes left to make a dent. Hopefully they're able to get a couple of defensive stops, but DeSales is going to be playing the same way, trying to bait these easy buckets. I mean, the X factor for Louisville tonight is definitely going to be their guard playing. Siegfried, Bailey. Sometimes they are running Loy at the point as well. Sometimes it also goes over to Ashton Marshall at the point. Aljancic is also able to run the point as well. So whoever's able to run the one successfully is going to be the anchor for this squad. Siegfried, Gross, pass the ball back and forth to each other. Down the timeline, Siegfried now a couple of steps in front. 7 minutes, 49 seconds to go. They've got Aljancic inside. Gross fires one, and it's good to Aljancic inside. What a bullet. 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go now. Louisville 13. DeSales 9. 7 minutes, 30 to go here in the second. Down is Leandre Marshall-Neal. He wants a bucket. Kicks it back over to Ward. And Knowles takes it inside. He puts up a pretty layup in the paint. Louisville 13, DeSales 11. Pat Murphy, Tom Siegfried, both coaches on their feet. Braden Gross spins around, kicks it back out to Marshall, goes back to Siegfried. Heat check! It's good!
Boy, that looked good. Nice look at it from here on the floor. That looked good as he released it. First 3 of the night for Siegfried.
Louisville 16, DeSales 11. Marshall-Neal going to take it down for DeSales as the Stallions take it back up to the key with Grant Weekly. Weekly goes inside to Ward. Ward puts one up over Bailey. Bailey isn't able to get his hands down. Siegfried yelling on the sidelines, sporting the black blazer, as we all infamously know. Ball's going DeSales' way as Siegfried gets it poked out of his hands, but looks like he was the last person to have hands on that one. 6 minutes, 31 seconds to go here in the second. Welcome to the Letter Live. If you're just tuning in, Louisville 16, DeSales 13. Marshall-Neal running the point for DeSales. Hits it inside to Ward. Ward almost loses it. He's guarded by Bailey. Bailey, the transfer, comes in over to Knowles on the right. Knowles is double teamed, but that leaves a lane inside for McAllister. McAllister gets his own board and puts one back in over Aljancic. 1 point lead now for the Leopards. It's Louisville 16, DeSales 15. Louisville trying to not give up their first and the only lead that any team has had in this game. Aljancic goes inside, kicks one over to Gross, and he's got one in. 3-point game now for Louisville. 18-15. Leopards lead with 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go.
Now the offenses are starting to pick up a little bit here. Last couple of trips down court.
5 minutes, 30 seconds to go now in the second. A fire underneath pass to Frank McAllister goes awry. Siegfried takes it over to Aljancic. Tries to lob up to Gross, but he'll go in. He'll get fouled on the way down. It looked like Aljancic was going for the lob for the posterizer, but, that's easier said than done.
Well, Braden Gross, like we talked about earlier, triple teamed in games. I can't imagine how physical playing in the regional championship game at 1 o'clock here at the Taft Coliseum.
A little bit more stable internet here. I do very much apologize for the technical issues. Obviously, these are a little out of our control at this point in the season. Braden Gross, he's at the line. He'll put one up for first over there. Louisville 19. DeSales.
Substitution for DeSales, number 1, Aiden Brueck.
Goes to second. It's good. Amonkwa. Running the one for DeSales. Takes one over to the right wing. Looks to ISO on Marshall. He'll have to pass it, but he'll get underneath. Puts one up. It's blocked again by Gross on Hansen. Gross takes one to Siegfried. Spot up three. Travels far, but the bucket is good, but it's no good. Like Siegfried stopping his tracks a bit too early, but Griffin caught that one off. The Louisville Leopard Nation are not feeling it.
Yeah, I didn't see where there was a travel there, but Sales gets the ball back. 3 blocks already tonight for Braden Gross.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Letter Live here from the Taps Coliseum. Like I said, apologies for the technical issues. Sometimes you just got to battle through. Thanks for sticking with us. Amonkwa tries to put one in. It's going DeSales' way after the tip-off by Louisville. 4 minutes, 46 seconds to go here in the second. It's Louisville 20. St. Francis DeSales 15. CJ Carter gets his first minutes of the game and immediately tries to put up a bucket inside. It's rebounded by Aljancic. Siegfried now at the logo, well, lack thereof in the Coliseum. Takes it over to Bailey now on the left side. Bailey kicks over to Aljancic now. Steady passing drills go back to Braden Gross now. Marshall on the left wing gets a screen from Gross. He'll put up a mid-range jumper. It's good. Louisville 22. DeSales 15. 4 minutes 15 to go now in the second. BJ Knowles now way off the stripe. Takes one down. He wants to finish this himself, but he'll hit it over to Weekly now at the key. Weekly drives through, puts one up. Looks like travel will be the call. Louisville breaks even. 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. It's Louisville 22, St. Francis DeSales 15. Carter Ward comes in for Frederick McAllister. McAllister, currently a 6'5" junior center for DeSales. Carter Ward, senior 6'1" forward, looking to run the point for him. Aljancic, Bailey, got to get it down the court. Aljancic, left open on the left. He'll take one down. Back over to Bailey now on the right. Bailey kicks over to Madison Marshall now on the right wing. Marshall kicks one inside to Gross. Gross looking to body up. Has Siegfried unchecked in the corner. There's his get back. 3-pointer by Siegfried. Siegfried 25. Louisville 25. DeSales 15. They take their largest lead of the night with 10. 3 minutes, 27 seconds to go. Knowles has been shut down for this DeSales squad so far. Amonkwa goes through his legs, guarded by Bailey, and kicks it over to Weekly, now in the corner, who takes it up to the key by Knowles. Picks up, back by Louisville. They'll have to pick up their dribble. CJ Carter now at the key, kicks it over to Ward. Ward wants to finish inside. He'll put one up. It's a clean layup and a clean board by Aljancic. Body's over. Marshall kicks one out. Siegfried steps back over to Aljancic now from the 3-point stripe. He wanted it. He'll take it back to Siegfried. He's got a lane. Loses it. Taken over by Gross. Misses. Boarded up. He'll get there. Foul. Pat Murphy is heated.
Yeah, they're going to get that foul on, I believe, Grant Weekly for DeSales. With Braden Gross, will go to the free throw line, shooting 2, trying to extend Louisville's lead. She said that's their largest of the night, 25-15. Gross's first free throw is good. 6 points on the night for Braden Gross. Boy, Bo Siegfried, a couple of big threes past few minutes, wide open threes. He doesn't always hit the open threes, but, you know, dare you to leave him wide open, chances are you might pay for it.
It's going to be a tough one to stop. 2 minutes, 45 to go now in the second. Gross puts up his second, misses it. Loy is boxed out, rebounded by Amonkwa. Amonkwa looking to finish it, front and back, misses it, but They'll call the foul. Monkwell will get 2 with 2 minutes 38 seconds to go.
That'll be the first foul of the quarter on Louisville. And that'll be Bo Siegfried's second foul for the game. Monkwell goes to the free throw line, gets his first drop for DeSales. Monkwell coming in, just averaging under just 7 points a game.
And I'll say it again, this game will be won in the 50-50 balls, and so far Louisville has been able to take charge of those. Monkwell makes a second to go 100% from that stripe. 2 minutes 38 seconds to go left here in the first half. Louisville's got to get it down. 26-17, Louisville leads. Bailey hits over to Marshall. They've got to get it down the court. They've got Lowy inside. He'll put one up. It's way up and way down as Ward is able to get the rebound. Ward taking it down the court for DeSales. Fakes the pass over to Amunkwa. Now over on the right wing. Knowles takes it through. Looking with his left. Left-handed layup is no good. Gross gets the board. 2 minutes to go. 26-17 left here in the second. Lloyd kicks it over to Marshall now at the logo. And Bailey now past the timeline. Aljancic gets ready to suit back up. Marshall on the left wing waits to make a move. Siegfried gets his first minutes out on the game as Drechick comes in to run the point for him. Marshall dribbles through. He'll go inside, puts one up. It's good for the tough layup from Marshall. Minute and 39 seconds to go. Louisville 28, DeSales 17.
Quite a tough shot by Marshall in the lane there.
Cromwell over the river and through the woods over on this side of the court. PJ Knowles guarded by Bailey. Bailey stares him down. Knowles gets passed. Guarded, picked up by Lloyd. 3 fake by Amunkwa. He'll go to the corner to Cromwell, and Cromwell fires the other corner to McAllister. McAllister drives through, spins around on Lloyd. He'll put one up and in. Minute and 8 seconds to go here in the second. It's a 9-point lead for Louisville. Currently 28-19. The triangle and 2 by DeSales has been aggressive. Louisville has to get it down the court. Bailey hits it over to the corner. It's Marshall. He'll take it underneath. He's going to kick it one back out. Gross takes it back. In the paint. Puts one up. It's in. But Gross takes the charge through. And Ward is going to be the one that has to take the blow.
Yeah, I was really no hurry there. I thought for Louisville, we're getting down to the final seconds here in the second quarter. It's an opportunity to maybe take a double-digit lead in the hockey room. They still might. But DeSales with an opportunity now to get a little bit closer.
Taking it down the sideline is Amunkwa. He's guarded by Andrechik. Andrechik, solid 6-man coming off the bench for Louisville this year after starting a start of the year. Say that 3 times fast. Violation called on DeSales. It's Louisville 28. DeSales 19. 26 seconds to go. Left here in the first half. Andrechik comes out for Siegfried now. And the starting lineup for Louisville is back in to finish things out with 26.7, to be exact, seconds left to go here in the second. Louisville 28. DeSales 19. Louisville going to play for the last shot here. You've got to imagine they will. Bailey taking it down the court for Louisville. Triangle and 2 traps still played by DeSales. Timeout taken by Louisville. Tom Siegfried screams it as Bailey gets trapped and has to pick up his dribble. They burn a couple of seconds off the clock, though. 18 seconds to go here in the second. Louisville 28, DeSales 19.
Yeah, good decision by Louisville to take the timeout here. No reason to really give up on this possession. When you have an opportunity to take a double-digit lead in the locker room, Louisville has been able to overcome a couple of little runs from DeSales. Every time they would try to gain some separation in the game, DeSales would get a bucket or 2 in a row to stay in it. But now Louisville with an opportunity. They've been up double digits already in this game to go up double digits at halftime here. As you go along in the tournament, we talked about, they're not always going to be easy games. And this is Louisville knew coming in today they were going to be challenged. So far, they've met the challenge.
Aljacek's going to get the inbound for the Leopards. He'll fire it back to Bailey behind backcourt. Bailey's got to dribble it up, though. He's trapped inside. Gross looks to take it out. Siegfried deep three is no good. Bailey almost gets his hands on it. It's going to be a 7.1 second clock left here in the second quarter, first half, if you may. 28-19, Louisville leads. Siegfried comes out. It's the all-defense squad coming in for Louisville.
Yeah, Siegfried was open again on that three, just a little long on the shot.
The offensive lineup coming in for DeSales. It's going to be Grant Weekly coming in as well. PJ Knowles also back in for the Stallions. They've got 7.1 seconds to make something happen. They'll come back. Marshall Neal taking it up the court. 4, 3. Marshall Neal takes the last shot. It's no good. It's a brick. And after the first half, it is Louisville 28, DeSales 19. Mike and I will see you back here with a little bit of time to go after the first half, and it has been a pleasure to broadcast this first half of action. Thank you guys, all people watching at home, for sticking with us through the technical difficulties, and stay with us because there's more to come. Thank you.
All right, it's Mike Popovich back here at the Taft Coliseum in Columbus, where at halftime the Louisville Leopards lead Columbus DeSales by a score of 28-19. Louisville's led most of the way. They've had their lead in the double digits in the first half, and they have the advantage here at halftime. Bo Siegfried led the Leopards in the first half with 10 points. He had a couple of threes. Aiden Brueck with 6, and Ashton Marshall also with 6. So Aiden Brueck and I will be back with second half action in just a moment.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Ohio Expo Center at Taft Coliseum. We got about 2 seconds. There's the buzzer. There's the buzzer.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. We're about to get right back into action here in the second half. It's St. Francis DeSales from Columbus against the Louisville Leopards. Louisville currently a 9-point lead over the Stallions. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I had a brain fart. And the Stallions are going to start off with the ball here to get things rolling in the first.
We call that in my business writer's block.
It's not much writer's block as much as it is brain fart. That has much better ring to it than writer's block. Moncla, going to start things off for DeSales now in the second half. About 7 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the first. 10 seconds removed off the inbound. Ward looks to take it through himself. He's guarded by Aljancic. Aljancic puts his hands up. Nothing's called, but Marshall looks like he's hit hard.
And I think they're going to whistle Marshall with the foul.
Marshall walks off. Looks like it's his jaw. 7 minutes, 42 seconds to go. Marshall still standing. It looks like it's an offensive foul. Rather, DeSales is going to turn over the ball.
Well, it looks like it was a jump ball called, so.
Oh, and it's going Louisville's way.
Yes.
Marshall takes it with his left over on Ward. Ball's almost poked free. Bailey takes it back behind the timeline. 7 minutes, 29 seconds to go here in the first. Louisville 28, DeSales 19. Marshall spots up inside to Gross. He'll put one up. Siegfried would have been credited with the assist, but no foul is called. It's a clean block to the refs. PJ Knowles over on the right wing. You know he's going to do something with this ball. Kicks it over to the left. Cromwell takes it from him. And he's got McAllister in the left corner. PJ Knowles takes it back from the left wing. Down on their side, they switch sides here in the second. Ward takes one through, he'll put one up. It's good. No backboard needed on the lay. 7-point lead for Louisville now. Louisville 28. St. Francis DeSales 21. DeSales looking for that offensive run to get things back within staring distance. 6 minutes, 32 seconds. Let's go here in the third. Gross takes it to his left. He's got to take it to somebody. He gets it to Bailey on his left, but guarded heavily by PJ Knowles. It's the 1 versus 1. They've not left each other's sight, except in this triangle in 2. Siegfried takes it back over to Marshall now on the right from a pass with Bailey, and Gross gets the bounce pass inside. He'll take one through, takes one inside, muscles through. Foul calls. 6 minutes, 4 seconds to go here in the third, Mike. Louisville 28, DeSales 21. Sometimes I say things and I wonder if I'm really cut out for this job after all. Gross gonna have the inbound for the Leopards with 6 minutes, 4 seconds to go here in the third. 28-21. Siegfried from the right stripe. Goes to his left over to Marshall. Marshall tries to spot up for the 3, won't take it. Goes back through his legs, kicks it over to Ward. And from that guarding by Ward, Ball ends up in Siegfried's hands. 5 minutes, 46 seconds to go here in the third. Siegfried over to Marshall Neal on the right wing. Marshall back to Siegfried, and they'll reset the offensive possession again. They're looking for something to exploit. The question is, will they get it? Inside, it's Gross. Ball stolen by Ward, and that's going to be 2 foul shots for Gross. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go. And things getting a little heated, but we're all good. It has settled down, and Gross has 2. Let it not be a distraction for either of these squads. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go left here in the third. Louisville 28. Stallions 21.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to see in a regional semifinal game. Louisville had Louisville Northwest game at the end of the third quarter on Saturday. A little bit of words were exchanged after a hard foul on Bo Siegfried. Gross makes his first free throw. They were able to settle things down. Let's hope they finish that here tonight. Gross misses his second.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Siegfried Gross goes up, guarded by Ward. Ward wants to take it himself. He'll put one up and in. Proving him wrong. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the third. Louisville 29. DeSales 23. It's a 6-point deficit for the Stallions. Siegfried takes it around his back in with a spin inside. Does it himself. Hard foul. But it's an offensive foul, it looks like. They put one down. No good. And what's going on now?
Well, it's going to be an offensive foul called on Bo Siegfried on that drive to the basket down there. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right.
I agree with that look on your face.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Glitter Live here from the Ohio Expo Center. Louisville going to take it back now, and things starting to get a little chippy between these two teams. 4 minutes, 56 seconds to go here in the third. Aljancic has to inbound it to Bailey. He's guarded closely by Cromwell. Bailey takes it up. At the hip is Cromwell. PJ Knowles switches over to Aljancic, who goes back over to Bailey now at the key. Aljancic now from deep in the 3. Hits over to Marshall now in the right corner. Marshall guarded by Ward. Gets one back to the key to Bailey, and Andrechik has it on the left wing. Goes between his legs, looking to dice up. Takes one inside, spins around, pushes off. Ball's no good. It's an it's a foul again. It's washed. Andrechik. His shot with the foul is going to give Aljancic the inbound.
Yeah, David Amakwa with the foul for DeSales. That's going to be his third.
4 minutes, 32 seconds to go here in the third. It's Louisville 29, DeSales 23. Andrechik has the inbound, running the 1. Ball's given to Gross, and Ward intercepts it. He'll go up and in. Timeout taken by DeSales. DeSales have creeped back in 4. DeSales fans on their feet after the run, and it looks like this game is back within reach for the Stallions.
Yeah, big comeback by the Stallions here. Down by as many as, I believe, 12 was the biggest deficit. Don't remember off the top of my head. And Carter Ward been a big factor for him tonight. You know, if Louisville, if you were to ask them, if you were to hold PJ Knowles, their leading scorer, to 5 points midway through the third quarter, you'd have to be feeling really good about things. But Carter Ward has exploded for 13 points for DeSales. Came in averaging just over 8 points a game. And he's a big reason why they have made a comeback here.
Aljancic inbounds it to Bailey. Bailey guarded closely by Marshall Neal, but he'll spin around and get it. Whistle called after Marshall Neal had his hand on there for a little too long. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, Leandre Marshall Neal with the foul for DeSales. That'll be his first. Looks like Devin Bailey will be Louisville's primary ball handler with Bo Siegfried on the bench with 3 fouls.
Over on the left wing, it's Gross. He'll start the offensive possession for the Leopards. Over on the right wing, it's Marshall. 4 minutes, 3 seconds to go. Marshall steps around with his left, spins around, looking to put one up. He'll finish at the rim. It's no good. Rebounded by Ward. He gets up. Marshall Neal takes it down on the left. Marshall stays on his hip. Takes him down to the left wing on the other side. Carter Ward takes things over for DeSales. He'll take it over to the right. Guarded by Gross, gets it over to PJ Knowles. Knowles now at the key, fakes out Marshall, spins around, puts one up inside. It's no good. Rebounded by Gross, but it looks like he was called for the foul on the down low. Gross doesn't have the foul, excuse me, it is Gross who is fouled. 3 minutes, 36 seconds to go here in the third. Louisville 29, DeSales 25.
Yeah, it's an important time of the game here for Louisville, you know, with Bo Siegfried on the bench. We'll see how long Tom Siegfried chooses to keep him on the bench. But that foul on DeSales puts Louisville in the bonus, and Braden Gross will go to the free throw line. His first one is up and in. Gross with 8 points on the night. Most of them have come from the free throw line. And his second shot is up and in.
Louisville back up 6. As Colton Lloyd, comes back in for the Leopards. There's a bit of a discrepancy. There's Caden Lloyd, who plays for Jackson, and then there's Colton Lloyd, who plays for Louisville. Down the court, it's a three-pointer taken by Grant Weekly. It's no good. Rebounded by Lloyd. Speaking of Lloyd, 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Bailey takes it down the court for the Leopards. Takes it back up to the logo, setting up as the guard. Gross comes up to the key to set the screen. Bailey tries to take it inside with the ISO. Passes it inside to Gross. He'll go through, puts one up. No good. He'll get the foul. They've got a chance to go up 8 with 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go left here in the third. Siegfried back up on his feet and sits back down.
Well, Braden Gross going back to the free throw line. He has spent a lot of the night at the free throw line for Louisville. First shot is up and in.
And you got to imagine at this point, Braden Gross is feeling pretty good with his free throw shooting. I mean, not to jinx it, I'm just saying.
Right.
Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good at the line.
One thing about this Louisville team, especially early in the year that we saw, was the free throw shooting was a little shaky. But now that's, as Gross hits his second one, that seems to be rounding into form at the time of the year you need it to round into form.
It's an 8-point lead now for the Leopards. 3 minutes ticking down here in the third. PJ Knowles taking it down to Grant Weekly on the right wing. Weekly takes it to the left, kicks it back. Frankie McAllister's got a lane inside. He'll take it. 2-point bucket by McAllister. Gives Louisville a 6-point lead now as Gross takes it down the court for the Leopards. Gross goes to the corner to Marshall. Marshall fakes it. He'll go inside. Tries to body him up. No go. It's Louisville's ball with 2 minutes, 32 seconds to go. Louisville 33. DeSales 27, one of the more low-scoring affairs that we've seen currently in the postseason for Louisville. Gross has a lane inside. He'll put it up and in underneath with the backdoor cut. 2 minutes, 25 seconds to go left here in the third. Louisville 35, DeSales 27. 8-point lead now for DeSales. Takes PJ Knowles over to the right wing, who takes it back with his left, dribbles it over to CJ Carter. Carter almost loses Gross in the zone, but Knowles takes it back. Give it over to Weekly now on the right wing. Hand it over. It's a push call to Knowles on Bailey. Knowles gets back up.
That'll be Devin Bailey's second foul. Only the second on the team for Louisville here in the third quarter. We're down to 2:02 left, and Louisville holding a 35-27 lead.
Looks like there is a slimy spot on the floor.
Well, one of the places, or one of the things we haven't talked about is the building that we're in right now. This is a very historic building on the Ohio State fairgrounds. Building is over 100 years old. It's about, I would say, a little bit bigger than the
It's over 100 years old?
Yes.
Welcome back to Letter Live. 35-27 now. It's going to be Knowles on the inbound. He'll take it over to the corner. It's going... It's going in the way of the Stallions. Knowles has the inbound. Knowles has got to give it to somebody. He'll look over top to McAllister. McAllister guarded by Gross. Knowles takes it back on the right wing. Look at the dribble inside. He's taken up quickly by two guys. Knowles takes it back to the key. Looks for the lane inside. Paint's left open, and it's given over to Weekly. Goes over to Cromwell now, who drives inside. Wash, it's a push on Bailey.
Boy, I really don't like to see tightly called games at this point in the tournament. And the last couple of games that Louisville has played has been pretty tightly called. Just let them play. And it goes for both teams.
A minute and 45 to go here in the third. Knowles has the inbound again. He'll grab it over. It's intercepted by Aljancic, using his football roots to get it down the cart. Although he is only double committed to Malone for basketball and baseball. Not football, but he's pretty good at football too. Aljancic over to the corner, it's Marshall. Aljancic takes it back and Gross anchors at the key. Bailey takes it over on the right side and gives it back to Loy now at the key. Loy offset, gives it to Aljancic now, and Gross takes it back. A minute and 18 seconds to go here in the third. Louisville is going to waste as much time as humanly possible. But Gross dribbles through, puts up a float, no go. Almost boarded by Loy, but no fouls called. Down the court, it's Weekly. He'll put one up and in. 6-point game now with a minute left to go. Louisville, down the court, it's Bailey. Bailey takes down Rogers, tries to put one up. Marshall tried to get the putback, but now it's getting taken down by the Stallions. 3 taken by Cromwell. It's a 3-point game going into the ending of the third. Loy's got to get it down. Loy kicks it back over to Aljancic now. Murphy signals for his squad to play up. Louisville looking to waste as much time as possible here, but Aljancic now at the key. Takes one back. Swallows over to Frank McAllister. Kicks it over to Bailey. Aljancic now to the corner to Loy. Loy kicks one back to Bailey. Aljancic now drives one in. Takes one back over to Loy, and Bailey's got it at the key. Marshall with 3 seconds to go. He's going to have to put something up. Puts one up at the buzzer. It's no go. But after a run by DeSales, Louisville 35. St. Francis DeSales 32. And the Stallions keep coming in.
Yeah, you thought that Louisville was going to be able to survive that run with Bo Siegfried on the bench with 3 fouls. Well, you can say they've survived because they still have the lead going into the fourth quarter right here. But it looked for a while that the lead would be around like 8-9 points. Credit to DeSales for making a comeback here, making it 35-32. And we'll see what happens in the final 8 minutes.
Yeah, and with 8 minutes to go left here in the game, it's Louisville 35, St. Francis DeSales 32.
We say blue, you say white.
Oh, I'm going to participate in the chant. White, white. Okay, sorry. I'm supposed to be unbiased. I apologize. Power.
You're a man of multi-talents, bro.
Apparently so. Kick it over there. Why not? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live here from the Ohio Expo Center at Taft Coliseum. 8 minutes to go left here in the game. And it's Louisville 35, DeSales 32. Amonkwa down the timeline. He'll take it over to the right in McAllister. Amonkwa takes one through. Illegal screen with 7 minutes, 49 seconds to go.
Tom Siegfried has brought Bo Siegfried back into the game here to start the fourth quarter. Siegfried returning with 3 fouls.
Bailey entering now as Siegfried is back on the court for the Leopards. Can't imagine there'll be much subbing this quarter for Louisville. Siegfried takes it over to Marshall now, and Marshall back over to Siegfried now on the left wing. Siegfried looks to drive inside, kicks it over to Aljancic. Contested 3, won't notch it, rebounded by Bailey. Bailey takes it up, jump ball called, it's going Louisville's way. Seven minutes, 26 seconds to go here in the fourth. It's Louisville 35, DeSales 32. McAllister comes out for Ward, and Siegfried has the inbound. Siegfried lobs it over to Gross, and he'll take it back. 43 in the corner. It's no good. Knowles is able to get the board. He's got a couple of men downstairs, but he'll take it up himself. At the three-point line, he'll take it through. Goes inside. Can't grab it. Rebounded by Gross. Gross, guarded closely by Ward. Gets it over to Marshall. Marshall takes it down at the key. Hands it over to Bailey. Bailey, they've got Siegfried underneath, but Aljancic tried to put one up. It's still going Louisville's way. 7 minutes to go here in the fourth. Louisville 35, DeSales 32. And Siegfried's got the inbound for the Leopards. Goes over to Aljancic on the left wing. He'll take it over to Gross. And Gross has it right now back. Gross gives it over to Siegfried, and he'll re-anchor the possession at the point spot. At the one, Siegfried takes it to the right. Goes to Aljancic. He's unguarded from 3. Can't get it. Bailey kicks one into Gross. He can't put one in. He gets his board. He'll put one back up. And one for Gross.
Boy, Greg Gross just fighting in there, fighting in the post. Couple of offensive boards, able to convert. Has Louisville's lead up to 5 with the chance to make it 6.
Louisville 37, DeSales 32. And Gross looking to convert the and one opportunity. He's got 18 in the game, leading all scorers.
Boy, he's just a tough kid to watch. A fun kid to watch.
Walsh is lucky to have him. I'll give you that much. Gross's foul shot at the line. He converts. 6-point lead taken now by Louisville after DeSales got it within 3 to end the third. Amankwa at the logo, asking for a screen up top. Hands it over to Weekly now, and Weekly fakes the 3, takes it over to Knowles over on the right wing. Knowles fakes Bailey out, steps back, tries to dish one underneath. Taken by Gross inside. Gross taking it down the court for Louisville. Siegfried slows things down. 2 minutes removed from the fourth. Siegfried spins around, back to Gross now on the right side. Usually I would refer to it as the volleyball stripe, but in the rare occasion we don't have volleyball lines on the court. Bailey hits it back to Siegfried. Siegfried looking to break the ankles of Amankwa. David Amankwa, 6'3" guard. Siegfried takes it back around. He'll go over to Marshall now on the left side. Marshall picks up his dribble, stays with it, puts one underneath and hits the foot. It's going DeSales' way after it goes off the foot of Marshall. 38-32, timeout taken. And it's Louisville 38, DeSales 32. Mike?
We don't have volleyball lines on the stripe, but we have foul lines on the stripe. But I don't think tonight we're going to see a player make a one-handed heave from their own foul line like we saw Jenna Slates do on Friday. It's still one of the most amazing shots I've seen a high school basketball player hit.
I'll give it to her. That was a great shot. Jenna Slates headed to Ashland, the same college that Louisville point guard Bo Siegfried is headed to. I'm excited to see what Jenna Slates is going to be put at in that lineup. 5'11". She'll probably anchor out a forward, something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if she's running the floor at the point because she's got the skills to do it. She's a pure scorer. But anyways, Bo Siegfried definitely going to start at Ashland. Maybe not his freshman year, but he's going to work the way up. He's going to work his way up, and that's going to be a kid to watch in the future. But let's talk about Division III, Region 11 semifinal. Louisville 38, St. Francis DeSales. The Stallions 32. 5-minute 36 to go in the game. And it's going to be DeSales on the inbound, Knowles on the other side.
Yeah, Knowles still on 5 points, came in averaging 17 for DeSales. Louisville's done a really good job on him.
Amunkwa goes over to his right. Knowles is left a little wide over on the wing. Putting it up inside is Amunkwa. He's no good. Gross gets the board, taking it down to Aljancic. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Gross retaking it for Louisville. Braden Gross on the left side. Stalls a little bit, guarded by McAllister. Goes inside. Quick finish, tries to scoop it. Marshall takes a hard fall over to McAllister. That's going to be Ward trying to finish inside. He's got it. Ward, what a night. He's got 15. 14 minutes, 42 seconds to go, and it's a 4-point game now as Louisville leads with 4 minutes to go. Siegfried takes it over to the right side. He's trapped, has to get it over to Bailey, and that's a turnover by Louisville.
Well, Louisville going to have to keep their composure again here. DeSales made a run at the end of the third quarter to get it close. Now they have a shot to make it a one-possession game here. First time in a while, well, first time in the postseason, Louisville's been challenged.
Amunkwa taking it down the court for DeSales. Look for Knowles inside, but he's got nobody. They're locked down. McAllister takes it at the foul line. He'll try to go up. Taken by Aljancic, intercepted for the second time tonight. Siegfried slows things down again for the Leopards. Does he trust himself to make the extra pass? 4 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Siegfried takes over to Marshall. Gross inside. Pushes out, puts one up. No good, gets his put back. And Gross, he's got 20 on the night. Louisville 40. DeSales 34. Taking it now outside is Knowles. From the three-point line, it's no good. McAllister gets his putback. Knowles again. Can't get it again. And it's taken by Siegfried, but it's stolen by Amunkwa, and he'll go up and in for the and one. 3 minutes, 40 to go.
Well, you thought Louisville was going to dodge a couple of bullets when Knowles' threes were off the mark, but Amunkwa, third chance opportunity for DeSales, converts the basket, has a chance to get DeSales back to within 3 if he makes this free throw.
Amunkwa looking to put it within 3. He can't get it, but it's rebounded by Ward, and he'll go back up. No good. Gross gets the board. Kicks it over to Bailey now. Siegfried runs in front of him to the right. Bounce pass over to Aljancic from the timeline. He'll take it back. Has to give it back to Bailey now. And Bailey, with his left, tries to ward off Amunkwa. Takes one through to his left. Push isn't called as Siegfried sees it immediately. Calls the timeout to stop it before it can even be called. 3 minutes, 17 seconds to go now here in the fourth. DeSales down 4. Louisville 40, DeSales 36.
Well, a rare miss on the other end of the court by Carter Ward tonight. Like we talked about, you know, DeSales would be in a world of hurt without him. 15 points tonight for the Stallions to keep them in this ball game. And on Louisville's side of things, Braden Gross, just a monster performance tonight. Scoring, rebounding, defense, 3 block shots in the first half.
Aljancic right in front of us, going to take the inbound for the Leopards. 3 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Leopard Nation on their feet. Takes it to Siegfried, he'll take it back. 3:15 to go here in the fourth. Louisville 40, DeSales 36. Bailey, double teamed with the trap, has to get it off to Marshall. Inside, it's Aljancic. He'll fake out one, pull one up and in. Aljancic inside. DeSales has to get their act together if they want to stay in it. 2 minutes 55 to go. Louisville 42, DeSales 36. Knowles at the key. Dribbles through, passes one underneath to McAllister. McAllister, he's fouled. He'll head to the stripe. McAllister, he's got 2 coming up to hopefully put this back within 4. It's Tate Aljancic's second. And DeSales actually closer to the bonus, or actually closer to giving Louisville the bonus than Louisville is giving them the bonus. 2 minutes 44 to go. DeSales with 3 fouls to Louisville's 2.
Yeah, Frankie McAllister, 6 points on the night's first free throw is up and good. It's DeSales to within 42-37, 2:44 to go here in this contest. McAllister, 6'5", junior center. Second one is good.
It's a 4-point game now here at the Ohio Expo Center. Louisville 42, DeSales 38. It's Leopards versus the Stallions. Blue versus purple.
After Louisville, you need just to keep your composure here. Make this a good possession like the last one.
2 minutes, 40 seconds to go now in the fourth. Marshall's got to take it down the court. Pushes off. He'll go through. He's got a lane up and down the court. His layup is no good. And a foul called now on Louisville as Ward is going to have the inbound for the Stallions. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go. The layup looked good.
Boy, Ashton Marshall's not going to get a better opportunity than that to convert tonight. Open for the layup, he just can't convert it. And now, trying to make it a one-possession game again is DeSales.
2 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in the fourth. It's Louisville 42, DeSales 38. Knowles from the key, takes one up, spot up, it's good! It's a 1-point game and a timeout taken on the floor. It's Louisville 42, DeSales 41.
When DeSales needed a basket from their leading scorer, they needed something like that right now. P.J. Knowles with his second 3 of the night. He has 8 points, gets his team as close as they've been in a long time. I don't think they've been within 1 even during these runs that they've made here.
Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to the Letter Live here from the Ohio Expo Center. I'm Aiden Brueck. To my right is local sports legend, honestly, writer Mike Popovich from the Canton Repository. We're here bringing you free audio-only coverage of Louisville versus DeSales. And right now, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Louisville 42, DeSales 41. Mike, what happened?
Well, when have you ever really seen the last time Louisville has been in the 40s this late in the game? It's just good defense by DeSales. As you mentioned, that triangle defense. Louisville able to capitalize it on a recent trip down to the court where they're able to find Tate Aljancic, open man underneath the layup. Almost did it again with Ashton Marshall. Now they need another good possession here.
Siegfried takes it down the court for the Leopards, anchoring at the point. Goes back to his legs, showing off his dribble moves. Siegfried over to Bailey, takes over to Marshall now on the left side. Marshall, guarded by Ward, has to get past him. Marshall picks up his pivot and goes through his legs to back up. Minute and 54 seconds to go. Louisville trying to run the clock, waiting for a good shot. Siegfried spins around, looking for something, stays with it. Timeout taken by Louisville. I don't know how many timeouts they have left, to be completely honest with you, because the scoreboard doesn't say it. But if I were to guess, they probably have like 1 or 2 left. So, I mean, that's probably good enough.
Well, you got these old school scoreboards here in this old school building right here.
Yeah. Old school scoreboards.
It is over 100 years old, and this is the building Ohio State used to play basketball games in before they moved on campus to St. John Arena in the 1950s, which was the arena that was used before the Schottenstein Center. So, former home of the Columbus Chill of the East Coast Hockey League. But right now, our main focus is how this game is going to finish. Louisville clinging to a 1-point lead. Like I said, you haven't seen them in the 40s in a game forever. But it's a great job by DeSales' defense, and quite frankly, a great job by Louisville's defense on the other end of the court to give themselves a chance.
Excuse me, Mike, sorry. Minute and 47 seconds to go. It's Louisville's offensive rotation in. Siegfried has to get it to somebody. He'll lob it over to Gross, who takes it in the corner. Gross looks to dribble through, do it himself. Spins around, he wants to take it himself. Spins it, loses it, puts one up. Blocking is called. And that's going to be on Frankie McAllister.
Yeah, DeSales wanting a travel call there, but but Braden Gross definitely getting fouled there.
A minute and 40 seconds to go as McAllister comes out for C.J. Carter. Louisville 42, DeSales 41. Mike, we got a close game alert here at the Letter Live. Siegfried lobs it over to Gross, who takes it in. In stride, it's Gross. He'll take it up, tries to put it up, he's fouled. He'll go to the stripe, and after that, Louisville is in the bonus.
Yeah, 15 foul on DeSales. Shooting foul no matter what. Braden Gross, another strong move to the basket there to draw that foul. And once again, he's at the free throw line. First shot is up and in. Gross really being effective at the line tonight. I only have him down for one miss.
Braden Gross is second. We'll look to float up. Let's see if he can go 100%. It's no good. Almost rebounded by Marshall. He'll put one back up. No good. He gets his board again. No good again. And the ball chased out of bounds. It's hit out of bounds. Louisville ball as Ward tries to chase for it. And it looks like Grant Weekly was hit as he got out.
Braden Gross with a couple of chances again. He might have about 10 offensive rebounds tonight.
The squad washing the blood off the court with sanitizer, making sure this court is as clean as possible. A minute and 27 seconds to go. Looks like Carter is going to be good.
Well, as we said, the winner of this game will be playing the winner of the game that's going to follow here between another Columbus school, Bishop Hartley and Steubenville. And that'll be coming up this Saturday at 1 o'clock here at the Taft Coliseum. Louisville hasn't been in a game this close since St. Ignatius, and we all know what happened at the end of that game.
And they took that one up. Minute and 27 seconds to go left here in the fourth. It's Louisville 43. DeSales 41. Play will resume here as Siegfried will be on the inbound for Louisville.
Now, Siegfried has not scored since he's come back in. He's not scored in a while. Remember, he sat, I think, it was about the last 4 minutes of the third quarter after he picked up his third foul.
Well, I guess we'll put the halftime up if you want to see it.
Tom Siegfried was really patient with Bo Siegfried. He kept him on the bench. Unlike what Mike Lauer had to do when Tristan Pennington picked up his third foul early against Louisville for Northwest.
Siegfried's got the inbound with a minute and 27 seconds left. Open to the Letter Live, everybody. Siegfried in the corner. Looks to drive through. Kicks it back to Marshall. Marshall back to Siegfried now on the right side. Gross takes it inside. Takes it back out. A minute and 18 to go. Siegfried anchors back. 43-41. Louisville lead. Tries to take it through on Amankwa. And Siegfried has it now at the timeline. He'll take it up, steps back, and wards off Amonkwa. Goes into Gross. Gross fakes one, goes inside. It's washed. Another foul is called on Carter Ward, it looks like, with a minute to go. And they're going to have two with literally just a minute to go.
Yeah, it's almost a shame that they did call that foul, because Braden Gross had, I believe it was Marshall underneath the basket for a layup, as Gross's first free throw is no good. Although we found out earlier tonight those aren't automatic sometimes. So.
Nope. CJ Carter comes out for Grant Leakley. Leakley back in after taking that hit to the face with a bloody nose. We got flies in the Ohio Expo Center. Interesting. Minute to go. Louisville 43, DeSales 41. Gross's second is good. It's a three-point game with a minute to go. DeSales has to get it down the court, and Amonkwa is going to be the anchor who gets it done. If I'm in the mind of Pat Murphy right now, it's going to be give it to Knowles to try and take a three-point shot. He's had heat checks all night. Cromwell takes it down for DeSales. Three by Knowles. On the moving. The floppy. 30 seconds to go. Siegfried. Timeout. And that is a huge three by P.J. Knowles. And he is showing why he has been averaging 17.9 points a game with that bucket right there. 29.2 seconds to go. We're tied. Louisville 44. Yeah, Louisville 44, DeSales 44. I was going to give it in like a quippy thing or something like that, but I think right now it's better to just give them the information instead of trying to be a smart ass.
Right. And, well, you called it right there. I mean, give the ball to Knowles. That was the wise thing to do for DeSales, to give the ball to their best player. And what does he do? He fires in a game-tying three. DeSales has been clawing back all night, Louisville has withstood every rally, and Knowles fires in the three to get his team tied. Now let's see what Louisville does. I'm thinking with 29.2 seconds left, you try to get the final shot here, maybe work it into Gross, and if Gross draws the foul, he's got to hit those free throws.
And honestly, with this squad, I'm not sure if that's the right shot for Knowles to take, but it worked out for him, and I respect that. So, coming out of the huddle, 29.2 seconds to go here at the Ohio Expo Center at Taft Coliseum. Louisville 44. St. Francis DeSales from Columbus 44. And Aljancic got the inbound to Bailey. He's pressed up by Cromwell, and Siegfried takes it back. The closeout defense from DeSales is going to be crucial. Siegfried has it on the right side. Back over to Gross. They're going to keep trading the ball until they can find a gap to exploit. Gross goes between his legs over to his left, steps back. It's Siegfried now back at the line, gives it back to Gross. Gross goes around, inside, it's blocked, and Knowles was the last one to touch it. 4.2 seconds to go. Louisville's going to have the last shot, and a timeout taken now by Pat Murphy. If it's up to me, you want to give the ball to Braden Gross at this point now with 4.2 seconds left. Those who are just tuning in, here's the situation. Right now, Louisville 44, DeSales 44. DeSales just made a great scoring run to get this back within, especially with P.J. Knowles, who I did say they should give the ball to, and they gave the ball to him. They didn't score. But with that being said, Louisville has the ball with 4.2 seconds left, okay? If you're Louisville, if you're Tom Siegfried, your immediate choice is to give it to Braden Gross. But DeSales knows that. And if Gross isn't able to be unstoppable in the paint, which, let's be real, this game has been a great game for him, but I'm not sure if he's reliable inside right now. It can't be a fluke like Iggy. It can't be something where he just puts up a ball and it falls in. This has to be a shot that Gross knows he can take. So with that being said, honestly, Mike, I give it to the unsung hero of this group. I give it to Devin Bailey. Devin Bailey is going to be the guy who has to take this final shot, whether it be from beyond the arc or not, because He's got 4.2 seconds, so why not take it, use the decoy, and have Devin Bailey take this last shot, Mike?
Well, if the defense collapses on Braden Gross, he's a good passer for a big man, so watch him to see if he can find the opening man if the defense collapses.
4.2 seconds to go. Siegfried's got the inbound. Lobs over to Gross. Gross is going to take the last shot. He loses it. 2.2 seconds to go. Knowles puts it up. It's no good. There's no shot. And DeSales is looking for the foul. Pat Murphy is heated. And it looks like we're going to OT.
Well, I think it's a foul on Braden Gross, but that's only going to be the 4th foul on Louisville. Boy, they got the ball into Gross down on this other end of the court. He ends up losing it.
The refs basically have this game in the palm of their hands. They can decide what happens. And it looks like St. Francis is going to have the inbound over in the backcourt. And they've got 0.8 seconds to do it. It's going to be a pass and shoot situation. The first guy to get the inbound is going to be the guy to take the shot. And Knowles obviously is going to be the guy that you want to give it to. But it's all up to Amakwa. All up to Amakwa to make this last inbound. Knowles takes it. At the buzzer. It's up. No good. And we're headed overtime here at the Ohio Expo Center. Well, everybody, what a game. Mike, you do your job. Do your job.
Okay.
Go type. Go type. Type away. Type away, repository boy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. I'm Aiden Brueck. To my right, obviously, is Mike Popovich. He's got to do his own job at the moment. Listen, we're headed into an overtime situation. Going to be 4 minutes put back on the clock here at the time of regular quarter. This this regional semifinal is going into overtime. Louisville 44, St. Francis DeSales from Columbus 44. And my God, Mike, this is going to be a battle. So let's walk you back through what's happened in this game. Take it over to Brueck's Breakdown. We haven't had one of these post-game segments in a hot minute. Listen, in this game, it's been a lot of back and forth competition. Obviously, DeSales coming back in the end to try and put this back in. But it's DeSales bigs versus Louisville's interior defense. Knowles is going to be the guy that DeSales gives it to on any given day. And it's going to be Louisville's job, Ashton Marshall primarily, Braden Gross, Tate Aljancic, to get inside and finish the job in the interior. So this game's going into overtime now. And Louisville should focus on getting easy buckets inside. If they don't, it's DeSales' game to win. Gross, Knowles on the tip-off. Knowles must have hops, because he's only 6'4". Gross wins the tip-off over to Aljancic. Aljancic hands it over to Siegfried now on the left side. It looks like Louisville trying to get shots off here with time to spare. We saw what Siegfried was able to do against St. Ignatius, getting threes off the jump. Gross goes inside, he's closed out. Kicks one over to Bailey. Bailey from three. Bang! Gets it! What did I tell you? What did I tell you? 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the fourth. Louisville, 47. St. Francis DeSales, 44. Knowles breaks one, goes around. He's hitting the leg, but Gross stays with it. Gross inside. Knowles puts up a tough one. It's tipped out to Gross. Gross gets the board. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go. And God knows I'm losing my voice. 3 minutes, 10 seconds now, counting down. And Siegfried taking it down for Louisville. He's guarded closely by Amakwa. And Bailey takes it back at the logo. Bailey comes around, spinning. Push called, push called, offensive push called on Bailey. It's gonna go. 5-second violation, Looked like a push to me. But regardless, it's gonna be Carter Ward on the inbound to Amakwa. Amakwa's gonna get it in stride off the inbound. St. Francis DeSales has another opportunity to put this game back within their vision. And it's gonna be Amakwa anchoring now at the key. Hands it over to Knowles. Knowles takes it deep from the key. Goes over. It's Amonkwa from 3. No good. Gross with the board. 2 minutes, 34 seconds to go. Gross almost loses it. It's going Louisville's way.
Yeah, I was wondering if Louisville had called timeout down there, but no, it's just a possession to Louisville. What a big time for Devin Bailey to get his first field goal of the night. A big 3 to put his team up by 3 here in overtime.
Siegfried fires one over to Gross. It's in the corner to Marshall. Marshall takes it back around over to Siegfried now. Siegfried's anchored over at the left side. Siegfried with 2 minutes, 12 seconds counting down. They're going to Aljancic now from the left wing. Aljancic goes to Gross in the left corner, and Gross looks to get back around. Kicks one out. Aljancic from 3. No good. Marshall stays with it. He dives for it. He gets up. What a hustle from the kid. And Marshall's good, laying his body on the line. 1 minute and 58 to go. It's Louisville 47. DeSales 44.
Yeah, he kind of got helped a little bit there by DeSales, C.J. Carter, but no foul called. DeSales gets the ball back.
Grant Wheatley hands it off to Amonkwa, and Amonkwa's on the right wing. Goes to the hash and looks back for Knowles. Knowles locked up by Gross, but Gross almost lets him get away. Carter Ward takes it back from Amonkwa now at the key, and Ward takes it himself. He'll look to go in. Looking for a man underneath, puts one up for a tough one. Pushes through, no good. Foul is called on Gross. And now, DeSales finds themselves in the bonus. Both teams going to be shooting foul shots for each other now. The one thing that Louisville had.
Yeah, they're going to get that foul on Tate Aljancic.
But it's only 2 foul shots.
Carter Ward at the line, 15 points tonight for DeSales. First one, rattles it out. Ward was 3 of 4 at the line tonight. Prior to that miss.
Ward's second is no good. It's rebounded by Gross and handed over to Bailey. They've got to press up. Costly misses from Ward, but they'll press up. Goes over to Bailey. Bailey's got to hand it over. Timeout taken by Louisville to save themselves from the inevitable trap. 1 minute and 18 seconds to go. I see multiple Louisville cheerleaders breathing heavily over their knees. And honestly, guys, me too. To those watching at home, welcome to the Letter Live. I'm Aiden Brueck, joined by Mike Popovich. And to the over 50 of you watching at home, welcome. This has been a crazy game so far, and Mike and I are just glad that we can share it with you.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is this our first overtime game of the year? I'm trying to remember if we had any.
I think this is our first overtime game.
Yeah.
We've been close.
We've been close a couple times.
We've been close a couple of times.
But the past few weeks have been some really good games.
That's karma.
That we followed. I mean, early on, and you get that early on in the season, you know, when you follow some teams, you're going to get your blowouts like you get in some of these early round tournament games. But the past few games that we've done have just been fun.
Regional semis.
Really been fun.
Okay. Sorry. Actually, went to the Siegfried interview there. Speaking of which, you should watch Tom Siegfried, the program now available on the Letter Media Network's YouTube channel. A in-depth interview that I conducted with Tom Siegfried, about 35 minutes long. Take some time, get some popcorn, give it a watch. Gross has the inbound, gives it back to Aljancic. Aljancic drives through, stops back, gives it back to Gross now in front of the timeline, gives it over to Siegfried now on the right. Siegfried's gets past Knowles, gets past another. It's Marshall inside. Marshall gets the bucket! And it is a 5-point game with a minute left. Louisville leading by 11 at 1 point. Into overtime with DeSales. Knowles steps back. Over to Carter. Carter drives through. Gets a bucket. 43 seconds to go. It's going to be Bailey with the inbound. He'll get it over to Siegfried. Louisville 49. DeSales 46. Bailey has to take it down the court for the Leopards. And Marshall stakes down. Over to Siegfried now on the left. They've got Aljancic in the corner. He's by himself. Another timeout called by Louisville. Oh, actually, excuse me, that's not a timeout. That is a foul. Louisville will head to the stripe. Smart foul by DeSales, but if Aljancic makes this,
yeah, it'll be a two-possession game if he makes it. It was a good possession by Louisville. First shot is good. You don't need any more points. You just needed to not turn the ball over, maintain possession, and when they foul you, go to the line and hit free throws. Now Louisville has a 4-point lead with 22.6 seconds left.
Tate Aljancic's second. It's floated up. All of Louisville steps back. Aljancic's second is no good, but it is a 4-point game. Knowles is going to take this ball himself. He will not pass this ball. Fakes one, picks it up. Deep three by Chase. Comwell. It's taken, and another foul as Louisville rises up. Siegfried on his feet. And my goodness, isn't it electric here at the Ohio Expo Center?
DeSales has not scored since that game-tying three by P.J. Moles at the end of regulation. They've been shut out here in well, no, they have not been shut out here in overtime. I stand corrected.
Now with 12.6 seconds to go, Marshall's got 2 shots at the line. His first is good. 52% from the foul stripe this season. Let's see if he can make it up.
Well, right now, he's made it awful tough for DeSales.
His second is no good. It's a 5-point game with 11 seconds left. Knowles puts up a prayer. Fakes one. No good. Marshall takes it. And Louisville flings it up. Bailey tracks it down. And after 4, the Louisville Leopards are in the Elite 8.
Boy, Tom Siegfried lost his jacket at one point during the final few seconds. But what a gutty win by Louisville to keep their season alive after it seemed like DeSales had all the momentum at the end of regulation. Louisville responds in overtime, starting with that big three that Devin Bailey hit to start the overtime, and they win it 51-46.
And after that game, Louisville, Tom Siegfried, the program, are headed back to the regional final, looking to get things right after their playoff loss last year.
Yeah, they've moved as far as they've ever gone in, the program's history to the regional finals. Got there in 2022, as we said, lost to a great Akron St. Vincent St. Mary team, but now they'll look to take one step bit further than they have ever done. Just a gutty win for Louisville tonight.
All right, everybody, thank you all for watching The Letter Live here from the Ohio Expo Center at Taft Coliseum. Mike, it's been a pleasure covering this game with you. Let's fix this a little bit. We're in the camera. Okay. Listen, everybody, thank you all for watching. This has been our most watched live stream of the season with over 51 peak concurrent viewers. Thank you all for coming in, listening to our coverage. It means a lot, and it allows us to keep going. So we all do appreciate it. Mike, anything?
Well, should we tell them what else we're going to be doing this week?
Give it away.
We will be at your favorite place, the Canton Fieldhouse, tomorrow for Central Catholic versus Richmond Heights, Division 5 regional semifinal. And then we'll be at the University of Akron Thursday for Perry versus Warren Harding, Division 2 regional semifinal.
It's going to be a great week here at The Letter Live, and we hope you stick with us throughout all of it, whether you're a fan of the teams we cover or not. I've been Aiden Brueck. Well, I'm still Aiden Brueck. I'm Aiden Brueck. This is Mike Popovich. Thank you all for watching The Letter Live here from the Ohio Expo Center at Taft Coliseum for tonight's 51-46 win. Louisville over Columbus St. Francis DeSales. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.